Welcome to Spawn Respawn, a weekly podcast dedicated to gaming news, culture, and nostalgia. Guys, we have a pretty juicy podcast coming up for you because we've been getting about knee-deep in a bunch of different games. We've been playing the good shit, the bad shit, and all kinds of things in reality. But before we get into all of that, let's just say my name is Dylan Smith, and I'm joined by Kat Jerrison, Mitchell Barnsley,
what's good,
and Elliot Porter.
You g'day, mate.
Yeah, how you going? You going
Bloody
well?
good. Bloody going good.
Bloody going good. We're going to try and keep this one nice and short this week, but we've got plenty to talk about without a doubt. So as we always do, we're going to talk about the games that we've been getting knee-deep into. Getting our grabby little mitts all over. So Mitchell, what have you been playing?
Oh, you know what your boy's been playing. You know, that competitive multiplayer, hardcore, elitist, weeb, neckbeard.
Have you been playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure?
Yeah, man.
You playing like Honey Pop or something? Like...
Honey Pop. You've been playing that Dream Daddy game, or you've been playing that KFC game where it's looking good, if you know what I'm saying?
God,
I've been loving my
hilarious.
senpai so much.
All right.
So sugoi.
Break the tension. Tell us, what have you and I been playing?
COD Modern Warfare. Oh, sorry, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Oh man, I'm so glad I didn't have to correct you. That's beautiful. You've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Is that right?
Warfare.
And let's be real, 2019. Let's just drop that on there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not Call of Duty 4
Modern Warfare. Just Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare, technically 4, but they couldn't.
Call of Duty 19.
2019.
No, beautiful. So, I have also been playing that game as well, and what a exciting experience it's been. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Mitch, do you hate it? Do you love it?
I love it, and
I
I knew that was going to be the case when they showcased just different it was going to be from all the past. How much effort they put in to the sound effects, how it looks. I can't even begin to tell you how good it looks if you haven't already seen it. Those cutscenes fuck my computer up something chronic.
We need to talk about the cutscenes. There's something important to mention there. But it is worth mentioning that the game is super technically impressive, graphically. When it comes to the cutscenes, yes, the character models are more realistic than anything I've ever seen. I'm going to be 100% honest. And I'm just not just saying that because
There's a couple of shots
a good old Call of
I've
Duty
seen
game.
and where it's like, you look at it and it's like, wait, for a second your eyes don't realize that's a video game.
Yeah,
it's
which is
insane.
Really?
pushing.
And
I
I'm
haven't
pretty
seen
sure
anything.
the cutscenes. I think I heard on Digital Foundry that the cutscenes kind of hide the loading screen for the game,
Which is what I wanted to get
and they
into.
run it in
Is that why my game fucking...
Yes.
pre-rendered.
Yes,
We'll
absolutely.
get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Sorry, but
No, you're right. But I'm glad you brought
That's
that up.
cool,
We're going
though.
to talk about that.
That's clever.
But yes, so the game itself is gorgeous. The lighting system that they've designed specifically for the engine, because it's a complete overhaul of what they've done for the engine in the past. It looks fantastic. And if you're lucky enough to have an RTX card, like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, damn, it looks that good. Especially the elements of the night vision scenes. And that's very heavily featured in the marketing. Where it's like, Captain Price going like, we're going dark. Bleh. You know what I mean? He's all about that shit. So
I'm all about that shit.
The graphics, campaign-wise, fantastic. But without further ado, let's talk about those cutscenes. Okay, they run like dog shit on everything.
On everything.
On everything. Like,
Thank God.
as I mentioned,
Wait,
they're
for real?
gorgeous. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Aren't they pre-rendered video?
Aren't they pre-rendered video? That's a great.
I'm pretty sure they're pre-rendered video.
I don't know, man,
Except
I
for
just
the
work here.
fact that literally everyone who's playing them has had nothing but janky, choppy experiences with
Whoa.
it. Because it's hiding the loading screens, it means it runs like absolute dog shit. So I'm sitting there playing it on like my computer specs. I mean, they're not the biggest dick energy in the world, but
They're
they're
good
also
enough.
not
What are you
terrible.
running?
They're good enough. Oh, it's a 1070 with like 12 gigs of RAM and like an i7 CPU. It's not a new CPU, but at the same time, even people who are pushing like RTX cards with like, with the latest Ryzen stuff and like
actual
32
big
gigs of RAM and stuff.
fat dicks.
Big fat dick energy.
Chodes.
The chody boys. They're still experiencing the same problem. Because
Wow.
it's hiding the loading screen.
Yeah, right.
Which means that they chug like a motherfucker, if you know what I mean. So
Should have just made. Man, that really sucks. I feel like there was like a million workarounds for that.
There's
like,
if it was an MP4 file that was like full HD or whatever, like fine, like I can deal with that. That's cool. Like some compression, I can handle that. Literally not being able to watch the cutscene, I can't handle that. And that is exactly how I felt during it, because it's like they wanted to create this characterization of these soldiers who you grow to actually care about. Like, I still remember the names of the characters, which is a good sign. But when you watch those scenes and they chop up, like, you can't help but be taken out of the story.
Yeah, completely freeze. Mine would, like, I'd get one where it just, like, stops. I just sit there for, like, a minute or two, and I'm like, yep, all right.
In that situation, it's kind of like, it's better just to have a loading screen.
Yeah.
I would sit
give
through
me
a 2-minute loading screen to handle that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally.
And that's, I would prefer a completely just non-janky, like, cutscene that looked that good. I would hype it more.
Even
I
to
would
do
agree
just
with
like a low, like, I don't know, I can't think of the word I'm saying, but like an animation that is not high
res
or anything like that, but just like an environmental animation that covers the 2 minutes
Dude,
while you load. So
COD
you
have already
black
sorted this
screen,
problem
like-
out. Not every other, but like the majority of other Modern Warfare games, audio content, audio briefing about the mission, with like a very basic sort of visual like instruction on top of it, that covers the loading screen.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you remember any other COD game, that's how they do it. And if they did that here and then gave me a hella juicy 4K super ultra wide,
so good.
gorgeous looking cutscene.
Or did cutscene first, brief after? Who
And
cares?
like,
I mean, just give me the loading screen.
That's
I don't
crazy.
care. I would sit through that. It takes me more out of the game to watch the choppiness than it would to watch an audio briefing.
Of course.
While it was, yeah, exactly. That's my biggest issue with the game. Was those cutscenes, because they had so much potential and they were great cutscenes, but I was taken out of it because of that.
that makes me kind of compare to like Gears 5, where like all those cutscenes are in real time in the engine. Even the all the physics and everything is all real time, and that runs super smooth. I mean, I don't know how it ran on PC, but like,
Apart from the sound issues, it was juicy.
yeah,
No,
like,
I did get a bit of like jankiness there, here and there,
In
like
the
it
cutscenes.
choppy a little bit. I tell you what though, it didn't freeze.
yeah, right. And I
Yeah,
guess on
you
PC,
know-
like you can change a lot of settings,
Game
but because
crashed
it's
a lot.
playing in real time, those settings will be changed.
Yeah, the
right?
thing that
Like,
the thing that I noticed in Gears 5 was that when it changed shot, like if it was looking at you, Elliot, and then it would change to me, it would freeze for like a portion of a second before it switched.
Couldn't agree more. Absolutely
Yeah, right.
experienced that myself. Absolutely.
yeah, right.
But back on the COD for a moment.
Still,
Yeah.
With this, the marketing was all about how they're pushing the limits.
Yeah.
They're going above and beyond to make it as if it's the most uncomfortable campaign. It puts you in the most moral grey area. It is going
kind of-
to make you feel something.
And it's not like glorifying war.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
like, this is the real deal, guys. But at the same time, they also were pushing the idea that, like, they mention in some pre-release things saying they're like, this has made some playtesters cry. You know, it's so emotionally evocative that it has made them cry. No, come on.
It's not as
I mean-
controversial as.
Did you cry,
Not
Dylan?
anywhere
Are you covering it up?
near as
Or-
controversial. There were moments when my jaw dropped. There were moments where I was like, holy shit. And I will admit to that because they were great. Very well constructed story, very well constructed environments
did-
and situations.
Did make me feel uncomfortable.
Yes, and I would 100% agree with that. But the most morally challenging COD campaign, I don't necessarily agree with that.
Even of COD campaigns, not just necessarily any other game.
I mean,
really?
No Russian, which is the moment in which you mow down civilian after civilian with a heavy machine gun in an airport. That was more morally challenging than anything.
It was not morally challenging for me when I was younger.
Is it because you skipped the mission?
No, because I just
'Cause he has no morals.
did not
I guess
hesitate.
it's just like.
And I'll admit, I did that too.
I did
was
not
like-
hesitate.
I was like, duh. Yeah, I
And the
was all
thing is,
about
though,
it.
could you imagine playing that today, though? Could you imagine if they put that particular mission in this game?
They're too scared. They're too scared to do that these days.
That
was post 9/11 though.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
9/11 was
surely.
2001,
Modern Warfare
bro.
2 was definitely that past 2001.
No fucking way.
You
Really?
were, what year were you born?
1995?
Yeah, you were
2001.
6 when 9/11 happened, bro.
Yeah.
Was Modern Warfare 2 out when you were 6?
No.
When you were
There you go.
there scoring
we go.
360 no scope.
That's what I meant. Wait,
kill
you
streaks.
guys are fucking.
It's post 9/11.
Oh right, sorry. Okay, I've misheard. I misheard exactly what you said.
Listen, I was pretty clear with my diction, but let's move on, shall we?
Yeah. But so it's not as controversial.
Not
but
as
it has-
controversial, yet there were still moments
Yeah.
in which I wouldn't say like uncomfortable, but
think-
it very much was just like, they put that in the game. Oh my God, okay.
I think just
Like,
bringing it to like.
if I can spoil something, there's a kid who gets shot. However, to be as safe as possible, it's obstructed by smoke. You don't see it.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's implied.
Who cares if you shoot a kid? What? Why?
I try. I try, man.
I'll shoot kids in game.
I'll kill
You
kids in
can't stop
Skyrim.
me.
I don't even fucking.
Mate,
That
you
little
can't
shit stole my
stop me.
fucking sweet roll. Like,
You can't stop me.
yeah, I can fix that.
we just got banned.
Whatever, man. I'll just work here. But overall, though, okay. Anything else about the campaign? I thought it was really cool in terms of pushing the concept of modern warfare and guerrilla tactics and whatnot. There was a very cool moment in which you get to control. Okay, so you are a CIA agent embedded within a. Is it not Kyrgyzstan?
Urzikstan?
Urzikstan, yeah.
Or something like that. And they don't have an air force as these rebel fighters, of course, and then they're fighting the Russians, who, of course, have all kinds of helos and jets and all that sort of stuff. So they were like, okay, cool, we've got a swarm of remote control planes that have bombs strapped to them.
Holy
so you
shit.
can pull out a little controller and actually pilot one of those suicide bombing plane things into their helos, which was very.
Whoa.
It was literally an RC plane.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
a drone. It was literally
Yeah,
an RC
yeah,
plane. They
yeah.
just attached C4 to it, and you just
call it a drone if it's got a camera on it. It's remote control. I mean, it is RC technically for sure, but
it's just
Drones can be planes.
I didn't realize how many RC planes they had put in the sky. When you throw yours up and it's in the air, there was literally at least a good 30 to 50, I reckon.
probably 100. There was heaps. There was so
There's
many.
so many, and they just fly directly to the airport. All these helicopters trying to start lifting off to try and get away, and then just smacking into the side of it, exploding. The whole place
It was
gets
very
lit
cool.
on fire. It's insane.
And I guess to wrap up, the campaign aspect of that, because I'd like for you, Mitch, to touch on the multiplayer if you can. The sound design was incredible. Next level. They considered every environment. They considered the refraction or reflection, I should say, of sound around the environment. When you've got the silencer on there, it's really, really, really cool. But if you're in a open area and you fire that gun, you just hear it echo in the most satisfying way. And the sound of the reload animations is dope as fuck. And I'll be real, when you are shooting a gun and you can keep it and aim down the sights and still reload, I don't know why that gets my jimmies
cool.
off, but my jimmies are off, on that situation. My jimmies are all over the place. They're on the floor. All this spaghetti in my pockets. But
And
anyway.
you called Gears the Meathead Simulator.
I mean,
Yeah.
Dude,
I
I'm not
agree.
going to lie, man. COD's great. And I know you don't want
He's
to
a
hear
huge
that.
meathead.
No, I don't care. I'm just giving you shit because it's fun. Because Meathead.
Stop acoustically bullying me, man.
This is going on the internet.
Yeah, I don't
it's
care.
cyberbullying. But multiplayer.
Other than, is there anything else to add on the campaign?
tactically, it's really it's so immersive in terms of those night vision missions,
Yes.
powering down the buildings, walking inside, night vision on, lasers up, aiming down the side of the gun, and just slowly either peeking the door or bashing it down. I always peeked it, slowly opening the door, and then seeing people there and just going boom, boom, boom,
Yes.
dropping, just not rapidly shooting everywhere, just tactically just being nice to those kinds of things. And
Then the close quarters indoor stuff where you are doing the night vision stuff is some of the most immersive close quarters combat I've played in a game. That was the breaching the houses, going through room by room. Very, very cool. The way that the light interacts
Lighting
in
in
those
that level looks
going
crazy.
up
amazing. It's very realistic, and also beyond the sound design, which I mentioned. Is there anything else I wanted to mention about the single player? Because I know we have limited time. There was
I just love going up the stairs, holding on each other's shoulders, going up
Yeah.
the stairs, just slowly, take point, blah, 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 and then fucking sick.
Very, very cool stuff. Well, I guess we spoke now or forever hold our peace. So just to very quickly touch on the multiplayer beyond the
Yeah.
stuff that we talked about.
So with multiplayer, it's been a really sweaty competitive experience. I tell you that much. And to see
Yeah.
the crossplay though, it's so cool. I
Yeah.
literally hit up a friend the other day. Who I've not talked to in so many years. I used to play games with him all the time through high school. He was one of my close friends. I've finally been able to message him, be like, "Hey, have you got Modern Warfare? Let's play together now." That's so
right.
cool. That literally is bringing in such a separate split community and making it into one and being able to enjoy the game online. That's
So
so
sick.
cool, man. I can't touch on that enough. the way. So I guess I'll start from just kind of like the menu making way into the gameplay quickly. I saw some people getting like emblems because you can customize emblems and stuff like that, and calling cards and stuff like that. And I thought you would have to purchase that stuff because I couldn't find it just by earning kill streaks, stuff like that. Turns out you have to earn them by doing challenges, which is cool, right? Yeah. Like it means
old school.
I mean, it's still like Modern Warfare 2 in that aspect, just differently done. Customizing weapons is so cool. Like there's such a huge grind to get attachments and make your gun look a certain way. It's not like, it's not like I'm getting a silencer, a sight, and maybe extended mag. It's like barrel, grip, stock, everything, right? It's so cool. It's so in depth in terms of that and that style, right? Yeah, exactly.
The gunsmith is all kinds of good.
It's so good.
It's just, and the fact that you can like change the magazine to make it look like any of the other, well, maybe not any, but like a lot of the other types of guns, and you put your own shit together.
Yeah,
it's different every other COD game.
So integrated.
Mad.
And then jumping right into the gameplay, right? I wouldn't say a whole lot of maps right now. Like,
is there 12 or something?
I've enjoyed them. They're pretty good, I guess, from what I played. I played a fair bit. You're level 20. Well, no, sorry,
43.
Yeah, so you got a huge penis. Yeah, I'm only like level 20 something because I'm a little baby.
There are guys in there right now that I've come across that are 95.
I don't doubt it because those people do not have jobs.
That is guaranteed they do not have jobs.
Or any kind of romantic relationship. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see TTV in their names, so I don't think
I
they're
don't
actually...
see XX underscore sniper wolf underscore XX having a
Follow me on Twitch.
69 420.
The maps, the only thing I can say about them is the spawning is very... I don't know. I'm finding there's a problem with the spawning. There was one of the maps in particular. It's like I can't remember the name of the. It's got like a massive bridge across it, and
they call it bridge map.
There's literally just the fight is just in the middle. Like it's not all. It's not like you can fight over here in the corner there. Blah blah blah. The fight is completely centered in the middle, and I'm finding that with a lot of the maps.
Yeah.
And you know how every other Call of Duty map was a 3-laner? That have 3 lanes in the Call of Duty map, and the center was the fuckboy zone, and then everything else was just like, So this is like a move away from that. There are still 3-lane maps, especially in the gunfight mode where it's 3v3?
2v2.
2v2, sorry, 2v2. But yeah, there are different styles of map now, which is kind of cool.
Sick.
Okay. And have you played much of that 64 player?
Shigeru Miyamoto could learn
Ground War?
Ground War,
I have touched on it because I'm only seeming to find the one map. And
Isn't it 60 players?
64, yeah.
Is it 64 v 64 or is it 64 in total?
64 in total.
I haven't even touched it yet. Honestly.
I've been seeing people play gameplay of like playing on a different map, like skyscrapers and stuff like that. And I keep getting mixed up thinking it's Battlefield 4 when it's actually not. But I keep getting stuck on the one map. And it's a
Battlefield 5.
It is a complete fuckfest.
By the way,
it is a complete fuckfest. There is always someone in a tank on top of the hill, and he's not even using it as a tank. It is a sniper with HE rounds. It is bullshit. All right, fucked.
What I will say is that the multiplayer is what you would expect it to be in the best possible way. It is familiar, it is new, and it is very reliable in the sense that it's stable. You know, the experience has been just very cool. Would you agree? Have you had any crashes or any big glitches?
I haven't had any crashes in it.
Yeah. So, and have you had any like game breaking glitches or anything?
I haven't seen any glitches.
Exactly.
I haven't seen anything like.
I think Black Ops 4 was like real glitchy.
Black Ops 4 was a piece of shit, mainly because it didn't have a campaign. And I'm not gonna lie, I bought that game day one, played it, no campaign. I got mad, and then it dropped all PC.
It didn't have a campaign when you bought it though.
Mention something about the actual the reason why this game is actually worth buying on PC. Fucking crossplay. Can we get real about that?
He already mentioned that, but you were writing in text. But
okay.
That's okay. Though.
What did you say about it?
I was telling about how I had a very touching story, but I haven't talked to a friend for a very long time.
Yeah.
A very close friend of mine from high school. I used to play games all the time. Got in touch with him the other day.
Oh, cool.
And I get to play with him soon on COD because of crossplay.
So I didn't miss anything.
No, you definitely did. Nope, you definitely did. Touching story. Very close to my heart. That's cool.
I'm just going to...
I think now you're doing the acoustic bullying.
Mate, that's who I am. on
I
the inside.
feel
No,
what?
I'm just joking, but at the same time, like, okay, the only reason I'm expressing this frustration is because I've played Black Ops 4 and World War 2, and there are points where there are literally fucking no one to play with because everyone else is off playing on console. So it's just this crossplay thing's getting my little go.
Although,
going.
to be fair though, every time I jump into a lobby, it's been mostly Battle.net all along the side there.
Yeah,
Except
what is
for
it?
one
That
game.
game that we played where it was like all...
How do you
cross-
know who's who?
Do they
It
try
It
to,
tells you. It'll have an Xbox symbol or a PlayStation.
does
Oh,
it
cool.
try to group you into similar
I would
like
say
PC
so.
versus console? Like, because I
not
wonder what the
always.
difference between console players and PC players is going to end up like. Because I know there are some other games currently that are people having quite a problem with PC versus console.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
You'd
mouse
think
and
it would
keyboard
with
in COD, like you're gonna.
You
But
would
you have
think
aim
so,
assist
but like you get fucked
on
like,
console.
You still
Of
get
course.
dragged.
Yeah, I
But
suppose.
like especially in Black Ops 4, 8 months after the game came out, I tried to get a game, nothing. On PC, nothing. That is ridiculous. And they're trying to get like season passes and all that sort of trash from me. Like, fuck that.
That's crap.
It is ridiculous. I'm so sorry that I didn't hear you talking
That's
about crossplay.
fine. It's okay. But having said all this, it's been such a awesome experience. Like the impact when you're firing any of these guns is so, and like getting instant kills is so satisfying. Shotguns are like in past Call of Duty games. I don't know if you can vouch this or not, Dylan, but they were piss fucking weak. Actually, sorry, scratch that. The only time I can remember them being really good was Modern Warfare 2, where you had the dual models, like a Kimbo dual model, like lever action shotguns, running around the map and just like blowing people left, right, and center, like just absolutely
Mitch is
putting
always
their
blowing people.
Yeah,
fucking
I mean getting wrecked by the shotguns. Because I haven't unlocked that fucking big
Just
dick
blowing
shotgun yet.
people
just
everywhere.
blowing people. You know
Mitch
what I'm
is
saying?
always blowing people.
No, the shotgun, like, there's always, but I think
Never
most of my
been
kits that I've got, like, for loadouts, I've always got, like, double barrel, like, shotgun that has insane range, and it's just one shot every single time. It's so satisfying, but other than that, kill streaks are satisfying.
How's the microtransactions still?
None.
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 Except, oh, dude, it's coming.
There's-
you don't get like
None,
1,100. Except you don't get 1,100 COD points with nothing to spend it on. You can see how many
Exactly.
COD points you got. There's none right now, and that's why they can say it's all good. But it's coming.
They're
It'll
gonna
be
be
there.
There's only one thing
How do
right
they
now
get
in
away
the
with that?
store.
Every
Microtransactions by
year,
making them
yeah.
$100 each.
At this, like I'm
I
not
mean, they're macrotransactions anyway.
macro.
Microtransactions. Yeah.
They're big boy transactions.
There's only one thing in the store right now.
no microtransactions.
It's like
Well,
some
Not this
American sort
economy.
of kit thing. I don't know. It's like $15, but that's it. It doesn't
know
benefit
it.
you in any way, and
You
it doesn't
know
even
it.
look good.
You know it's coming though, right?
Of
It's
course.
coming like Christmas, bro.
Like
it's
they do
around the
every
corner.
year. They're like, oh, all the reviews are in. Do. Have some microtransactions.
As much as we thoroughly enjoyed Call of Duty, I would certainly recommend you check it out. The campaign was great. The multiplayer, very reliable, very, very good. But there's been another extremely exciting game that's come out,
the
especially
same
on
game.
Game Pass. And I would love it, Elliot, if you could tell us all about it.
I can tell you about a little game called Medieval. No. Yeah, so it came out on the same day as COD, and it is just brilliant. It's The Outer Worlds by Obsidian.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's phenomenal. It is essentially a spiritual successor to Fallout New Vegas, but it's in space, and it's got squad mates, and its art style is beautiful, and it's just, I can't get over it. I am absolutely hooked. I think I'm level 18 now. Kat, you were...
Level 20.
Yeah, Dylan.
Level 5.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right.
I was
You're
playing
still
COD.
playing it. Oh my God. I love it so much.
What
It
a
is-
good fucking game.
It's everything I've ever dreamed of.
It's so good.
It really is. Like, the writing is sensational. There's so many moments where I'm just like cracking up at the dialogue. It's so well written.
Everything about it is beautiful.
It
I
really
just
is.
like to
And
spend-
beautiful. It is so pretty.
It's literally gorgeous,
like-
and it's in space, so I'm having a good time. Like, I'm having a good time.
What has the environment been like?
Okay, so you're on multiple planets in this system that's like God knows where. I think is the Halcyon
it's
system
Halcyon,
a real?
yeah.
Is it a real star?
I can Google that for you.
Look, man.
Because it says in the thing, like, it's called the Halcyon system because it's the brightest star you can see in the I guess I don't know
The sky?
not the whole sky, but like that kind of section of stars in the sky. But I don't know if that's just an in-game lore thing.
I think it might be because I just googled it and there's
Halcyon.
no Halcyon system.
Or just Halcyon.
Halcyon
Star.
Just write star, yeah.
star.
But yeah, like you land on the first planet and it's
Star
like...
Wars. No.
I don't think it is a real deal, man.
Nah, probably not. It is set in like the humanity has come from Earth, though,
Yeah.
so it's not
Can we just talk about like that starting section?
It was so rad.
That was amazing, like the introduction of your character into a world.
Yeah.
And been like waking up and being talked at by this random ass dude.
Yeah.
Who and
He is
then
essentially Rick.
yeah, and he's just
Really?
like
Yeah.
Totally though.
and he's just like, yeah, oh, you might fucking bleed everywhere and like all this shit, and then
Yeah.
It's like, you might have explosive cell death.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
oh my god, so much good shit, and then like you get to make a character, and then you
The character creator is
He's
so
great.
sick.
dude,
So
how
sick.
Detailed.
pausing on the let's talk about the start of the game. Let's talk about the freaking like the models of the characters and the facial animations
So
for a
good.
AA game.
Yeah.
I love it. It looks
And it is
so
totally
good.
like it is totally a AA game, right? But it is like
AA plus, AAA minus. You know, like
Yeah,
it's in
yeah.
that borderline.
Yeah.
It's so
But it-
good.
But what's crazy, and this is again digressing off what we're actually going through, is like it is so similar to Fallout, and Fallout is a AAA game. This is bugless, smooth,
Yes.
runs so flawlessly. Like
100%.
the only bugs I've had is like when you kill a friggin' mantiquine, its body rolls around for a while, and that's the
deal with
only
ragdoll,
bug.
man.
Of that's
Ragdolling
it.
isn't a bug. That's a feature. Like, I love that shit. The only thing that I've seen is that in what's the planet where they say it's really bad? Like the
Monarch.
on Monarch,
Yeah.
and that first city that you go to in Monarch, one of the
Still a bay.
walls on the building, I was walking past it and it started flickering, and I could see through the world.
Yeah, right.
That was
yeah.
it.
I have had one visual glitch in it, and from some of the gameplay I've seen from some YouTubers, it might not be just me.
Oh,
but
okay.
the I think it's the right ear of a lot of characters
Gets
seems
like
to be illuminated.
sunlight.
Yes.
It's sunlight reflecting. You know how that
Yeah, it's like your blood vessels through.
yeah,
your
but it's
like
way
always the same-
overexposed.
Yeah, it's always the same
Oh, I
ear though
haven't
on
seen
every
that.
character though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for me, and then with the gameplay that I saw, because I looked
Yeah.
something up, it also had the same thing. I was like, is this a...
I
I've
think it's
noticed.
the light, but I just think it's.
I don't care because
Yeah.
like the game is so enjoyable. But I was like, this is one thing that stood out.
I noticed the illumination through someone's ear, but it was while we were outside in the sun, and I just thought it looked cool. I haven't noticed that it's been
Right.
like.
I saw it
overblown
in a
or anything, so that's
conversation
cool.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
But it was, like clearly trying to do that thing where it's like,
you can see through the ear. 'cause
yeah,
of the light.
but it
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
way too bright. Yeah.
Totally.
But those facial animations, how good!
Oh man,
And all the dialogue animation is like, you can tell it's not hand animated.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
they do, it's
Yeah.
brilliant.
and the amount of choices that you get, and oh man, if you have low intelligence, apparently you get the dumb option. Just
Oh my
like
God.
in
Can't wait to
Fallout.
do that.
Yeah,
run
so
too.
I accidentally
You
got
don't
one
even
of
get
those.
that in the new Fallouts though. I think you did in the 1 and 2.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
1 and 2,
yeah.
the top down or isometric ones.
Yeah.
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 When I got one of those like Space's Choice things where they're like, we've recognized a flaw in you. And I can't remember what I got hit too many times on the head.
Yeah,
and
it
they
was
were
the
like,
permanent concussion.
Yeah, they were like, permanent concussion, take a -1 to mind, but get a perk. And I took it to check it out. But it made me,
The choice.
yeah, it's a choice.
It's yeah, you get to refuse. You haven't had that pop up for any flaws yet?
I am level 5.
Yeah, I suppose.
fine.
Yeah.
But I took it, and it was just like, you are dumb conversations unlocked.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, my character is like was all mine. So I was like, I'm gonna reverse that right now. I'll do it
Yeah.
later. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, this
Your
is
first
what I've
playthrough.
built up on my character, and I'm just about to erase all of it. No,
Nah,
thank you.
yeah, hell no. I wouldn't have done that either.
But I was like, that's freaking amazing. Like,
Yeah, I've
that's
got-
so cool.
I've refused all flaws so far because they're just like,
I think I
Their choices.
accepted
That's
one.
nuts.
yeah, like I keep jumping off things and like stack, like
Yeah.
you lose a bit of health. And I
Oh,
got one
yeah.
that's like, I can't remember what it was called, but it's like, you've broken your leg too many times or something like that. Do you want this flaw? But it essentially took off like 25% movement speed
Yeah.
and I couldn't dodge
Yeah. I don't
anymore. I
dodge
was like,
anyway.
Not worth.
you don't dodge?
No way.
Dude, get
I
the
just
forward
long
one.
gun so far away. I'm like, douche, douche,
Oh, see, I
douche,
use
douche,
melee.
I
douche.
heard that strat. It works well,
I
apparently.
use melee, so I like,
As
I'll
soon as
run
anyone
in.
gets close, I'm like, minigun.
And like, you lift up to do like overhead strike, but you can forward dodge,
Yeah.
leap while you have your overhead strike ready to go, and then you like close in on him, double tap, and then bash him.
Yeah.
I got this like double two-handed hammer called the Hammer of Olympus.
Yeah.
And it is so OP. It is ridiculous. I was like,
Have you got the prismatic hammer?
no, not yet.
Hmm.
Where'd you find that?
It's behind the thing that you lockpick. That you said you couldn't lockpick because you're too much of a little baby. My lockpick is over 100.
Oh, is that your-
Nothing can be stopped. Like,
Oh,
you cannot
you mean
stop
the
me. I'm going
science
through
weapon? Is
every
it a
door.
science
You've
weapon?
been
Yeah.
sending me all the
So
Snapchats
hard.
about like all the stuff. You're like, I cannot be
My
stopped. I am
persuade
invincible.
over 100. My lockpick over 100. You cannot stop me. I am persuaded. You're done.
I thought you chose
Get in
the
my
dumb
way.
option, though.
Yeah, I said.
Yeah, right. So
Lockpick,
are you
but you're a
putting
fucking
like
idiot.
is that
Okay.
with
friends.
Friends? Yeah. My lockpick's not that high yet.
For someone that has not played it yet, and we'll get to it once he's somehow found a way to not be into Modern Warfare anymore. Is it possible for me to be literally the dumbest thing alive,
Yeah.
but the strongest
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
alive?
Yeah.
I feel like
That's how I want to do my next run through. Is just like very
Yeah, I
strong.
think my
An
next one will be
Obsidian game,
melee,
man.
yeah.
I
You
feel
can do
like
that.
I want to just be literally just a moping sack of
I think this
No,
game
you
will
want to be
blow
a
your
meathead.
mind.
You want to be a
an absolute
meat
meathead that just runs around just like, you can't be here right now. What are you gonna do about it? And I'm just gonna be like,
smash.
fucking just booze. Don't fucking get in my way.
And that you pretty much can
I'm
do
probably
that.
gonna do a bad run first.
It's I can't like
I've been doing every single
Express.
side quest. I'm just like, give me it. Like,
I have like
I'm being a good person.
such a list of things to do. It's so
average person.
good.
It is a chore. I mean, in a way, but I've been enjoying every second of it.
No.
Just the long ass conversations. I'm like, I want to keep this conversation.
I love that.
You can bail out at any time, but I'm like, I want to see what's next. What,
Yeah.
what
I
else
was-
you got for me?
I landed on a new planet and I was talking to heaps of people and then like went out and like was in combat and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't shot my gun for like 4 hours. Like
What?
I've just been
Talking.
talking,
Chatting.
flying
Yammering
to a
your
different
frickin'
planet,
gab.
doing this thing. Like I went and did some side mission where you go to like a relay station and
Groundbreaker?
No,
The
like
free
just a
whatever
place
that
that
one?
you go to for like a side mission.
Oh,
That's
okay,
it.
yeah.
It's like a little like communications relay station.
Yeah.
And walked in, like deactivated the robots because I had my science up high enough. Walked in, didn't have to kill anyone. Got out of there like a full side mission at a separate location. Didn't have to even fire a gun because I had good enough skills. Like
That's
I just
cool.
love the choice that you have with everything. It's so
Everything's
good.
so good. Can I ask you what science weapons you have?
Just the shrink ray at the moment. I
Shrink
haven't-
ray is so good.
It's so hilarious.
It's so funny. I
What's
like.
your science on?
I have no idea.
Because
60 or
they'll
so.
get smaller
Yeah.
when you've got a higher
Yeah.
science rate.
They shrink to about like half size for
you
me
smush
right
them?
now.
No, but they're like they'll just die straight away when you hit
When
them.
they get too tiny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they can get to a point where they shrink, but then the damage may kill them. But when they get really small, you just hit them with
One time
anything
and
and
they're
they'll
like,
die. And they make their voices are higher.
Yeah.
It's so good.
have
It's
you,
like Duke Nukem 3D. We had the shrink ray and all that sort of
Is there in that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I also got the mandibular.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Rearranger.
Rearranger.
I don't have that.
Weird.
It just does it like mess up their faces?
No, well, everyone's wearing masks, right? Like you don't see people's faces.
yeah.
So when you hit them, they're like their body parts change sizes. So their head might go big, and their shoulders will come in and stuff like that.
So
and
funny.
every time you hit them, it like rearranges them again. So you're just beating on this dude, and he's like,
What?
it's so funny.
Clearly, I'm
Okay.
level 5 and I haven't got there yet.
A guy at work was saying that it's a good idea to give one of your companions a shrink ray, so you don't have to use it. But
I think I
people just
will.
get shrunk down.
Shrank.
Shrank.
I'm gonna
People
give
just
it
get
to
shrunk
Pavati.
down. Yeah, I love Pavati.
Pavati is
She's
Who are
adorable.
you running with?
She's like, I'm
mostly,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Mostly Pavati and I try and use all of them at the moment because I'm on Monarch and I had Nyoka with me for a mission. Parvati and her.
Yeah.
And they're like, dialogue between each other is so good between all the, like, they'll just start chatting, like the two companions you have.
While you're walking around, like in Inquisition. Oh, that was like, I love
it's
it.
such a BioWare thing as well. And that, like, I love that so
Do you guys
much.
take the churchy guy with you? Like the
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he's good.
accepted him, but I haven't like really taken him out on missions.
Took him out for the
Shit.
side mission that he's got.
Yeah, I accidentally picked up his side mission while he wasn't with me, but it still went ahead anyway. So it turns out it
It's
doesn't
fine.
matter.
No,
which is
I just think
cool.
it adds more
Yeah.
to the conversations.
But I'm running with Parvati and Felix. Man, I love Felix.
Felix is awesome.
And he's always like trying to teach Parvati about toss ball and all this
yeah,
sort of
and she
stuff.
just does not
And they're
care.
talking about like the soaps and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's so good. But I think I'll get Naoka out as well. 'Cause
She's
the
her
other one that I
her
like.
special move is hilarious.
It's like a minigun, isn't it?
yeah, she just like loads her gun and just like it's fucking so good.
Felix's is great. He just like runs up and drop kicks dudes like,
Double foot kick to the head.
and falls down on the ground.
The vicar is hilarious when he does his. He's like, he says like some, like he's got a few different voice lines, but it's always just like real religious.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Man,
I love it.
what a
but they're
good
all
game.
great characters. Like Ellie's awesome. I thought I'd take Ellie out more from what I'd seen in the trailers because she's really cool. But Parvati,
Parvati is the best.
she's so cool.
Man, I spent like 3,000 bits on a casserole for her so she could take it on a date. Like, oh
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't got up to that bit
my god,
in
it's
the
so
mission.
good. I love it. I love the character.
Did you go drinking with her?
Yeah, absolutely, with Felix. And
I
then-
took Ellie. It was
I remember
funny.
she was like, from what I've played, she was like, "Are you a big drinker?" Like she's like asking you
Yeah.
if you like imbibe or whatever.
Yeah.
Is she,
Yeah.
you go drinking with her.
Yeah, and it's
she's
like her
full
first time
lightweight.
drinking.
It's adorable.
Yeah,
Aw.
and then like there's an option to like give her more alcohol or to give her water.
Did you give her water?
I gave her water, and
me
Felix
too.
is
Did you?
like,
Oh,
Felix is
yeah.
like, you're a real nice person. And then, like you get back later, and she's like, thanks for taking care of me, and like all this sort of stuff. I'm like, my heart.
It's so good. It's
I love it,
she's a good character so far. I mean, she's the only companion I've come across at this
dude.
point.
Worth like just keep her. I'm never removing her from my party. I will remove the second.
I mean,
person.
she's definitely ingratiated herself. Like she's like, I don't want to get rid of
she's-
her.
Fully, when I was doing the first world mission, when you get that like difficult choice, I was like, I kept trying to talk to Parvati. I was like, what do you think I should do? I was like, I'll do whatever you want,
like,
babe.
"I'm sorry,
I was
I'm
like,
sorry."
whatever you want, I'll do it.
Well, she said like, well, we won't go into
Yeah.
spoiler
Yeah,
territory.
no spoilers.
However, we will be doing a spoiler cast at some point in which we're going to tell you
Absolutely.
all the juicy
For real this
details.
time or what?
yeah, no, we definitely should.
Do you
It's
know,
happening.
Elliot, I know you haven't watched anything about it, but do you know how long the game's supposed to be? Because I
Well-
know people have finished it like multiple times. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you not doing
Well,
the side quests or are you just the fastest boys around?
Like
Sonic.
full run through with all side quests and everything done is like 30, 40 hours.
Okay, I think I'm about 14 in.
Apparently-
40? Oh, with everything done.
Yeah,
What about just, like,
everything.
the main stories, like.
You can apparently finish it in like 5 to 7 hours if you just
Speed run under 25
beeline
minutes.
or kill everyone.
Shit, I've got some work to do. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I think I'm 14 hours in. Man, so much to do. I just accidentally spent all of my money tinkering. All of it. I spent
I did that.
30,000 bits
It took me-
tinkering.
it
I
took
was
me
like,
way too long to figure out that you could
whoops.
tinker. Like, I was like not upgrading my weapons
Yeah.
for ages. I was like, why am I so weak? And then, yeah.
I normally don't upgrade because then you get stuff that you replace it with.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
was
but I
like,
found that if you upgrade quite a bit, you're like, I can use this for ages.
yeah. So that's what I decided when I was playing today. I was like, you know what? Let's just tinker to the max these things that I've got because you can tinker to 5 levels above the level you're at. And I did that for my 2 main weapons that I've been using. And then I was like, I have 200 bits. And I was like, oh,
I did the same thing, but
Oh,
not
no.
that like excessively. I was like, upgrade, like tinker. Oh my god, that cost me so much money. Like,
I just got out the controller and I was like, A. And I was like, oh no, oh no. I looked at it at the end and it was like 28,000 and I was like,
and you'd be like, obviously you're in front of me level wise, so you'll be getting like the ultra weapons now. No. See, I'm like at the start you get like normal, and then you get Mark II, and now I'm getting like assault rifle ultra, hunting rifle ultra.
oh, maybe.
and then,
I don't
like,
know. I
the
don't really pay
third-
attention that much.
No,
I'm
Are you
just like,
towards the end of
which
the
gun do
game?
I want to use this one?
Where would you say you are? Mid game?
I think middle. Yeah, 15, 16 hours in.
Yeah, I'm 15 hours in.
Right.
But if it's 30, 40 hours, so
Yeah.
middle-ish.
And I'm
early
level
mid.
18.
And you're
I don't
doing
know if
everything,
there's a
though.
level cap, but
Are you doing
I
everything,
assume
Mick?
50. Yeah.
Every
like,
side quest you're doing.
no, I'm going to.
I know that you're like heaps OCD.
Yeah,
I don't
complete-
do it in any order. I'm like going around doing this, and then I'll go to this town. I'll meet everyone, and there'll be a bunch of missions, and then I'll go back here, and I'm just doing it in.
I go to like
order works for
whatever.
you.
Yeah.
a location, did like on the first planet, I did all of the side quests before I did the main. Went
Yeah,
to
so I
Groundbreaker, got all of them, finished all of the quests that were on Groundbreaker before I then moved on. Like,
See, I get
I'm just
bored
like,
running
get it done,
around
get it done.
back and
You're
forth in the
crazy.
same area
Well,
for a while,
I
so I'm
do-
like, I'm just going to go exploring for a bit.
I
while
look
I'm-
at the quests and I'm like, these 5 are in the same area. Whoop! And I go and do those 5. And then I'm like, next steps. All right. Most of them are in this area. And so I just like go around. I'm just like, and then I try to clear out the planet. Like in the first area, there's a nest that you can clear out, which I went and did.
I don't even do that. Yeah.
There's
I didn't
heaps of
even
stuff
meet
to do.
that crazy robot.
Jeremy?
I didn't even.
A lot of stuff to do, right?
Yeah.
So much.
Ultimately, though, I want to know. I want to bring this to a boiling point.
Boil it up.
Do you recommend it?
Absolutely.
Huge recommend.
And what's the best
Absolutely.
way you reckon that people should play it?
Or probably buy it just straight out, support the devs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah, play it on Game Pass.
That's not what I was expecting. I thought everyone was going to just say Game Pass.
Look, if you're poor like
Straight
me,
up.
buy it on Game Pass.
Game
but if
Pass.
you want to support them,
I
buy
paid
it outright
like
as
$1
well.
for Game Pass, and like it's all included in that. Like that is the best possible value for anyone
Right.
who's even slightly curious about playing this game, because it is all kinds of fantastic. And if you've got
It's so
Game Pass,
good.
you're not doing yourself any favors. by
It
not
means
playing
I'll get to play it.
Yeah.
And like,
You've already
Exactly.
got Game Pass, right?
Yep.
Then why haven't you played it already?
Because I'm playing Modern Warfare.
and I'm
need
having
to
like
broaden
such a
your
hard time
horizons,
because
fam.
like we've just gotten back into Destiny 2 and there's so much Destiny 2 stuff to do.
trying
But
to
I
be
just
a
want to play
big
Outer
boy.
Worlds. But there's a Destiny 2 like
brilliant.
Halloween event on right now.
I know there's a Borderlands 3 event.
stuff to do.
I'm still level fucking 13 in Borderlands.
What are you doing?
I haven't had time to play it because I was playing Children of Mortar before I was playing this.
Outer Worlds is so good. I'm
And
not
now-
playing anything else.
Until Cyberpunk comes out, I'm done. This is my game.
No, what about Death Stranding, man? And Star Wars? What are
I've
you
got
going
a
to
lot
do?
of Death
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely going to play both
Star
of those
Wars,
games.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right?
All about it. And Star Wars, all
And
of that. I'm with it.
Phoenix Point. And
Look, there's heaps of games that are coming out that
still
I'm gonna
coming
play.
out.
We've got the alpha to play for Hot Brass, and
Yeah.
if we can buy a VR headset, we've got to play Operation Armstrong as well.
And Squidgies.
Yeah, I
you
got a
said,
And
Squidgies.
Squidgies. We've got a lot of...
I'm so excited.
because of that whole big dick PAX energy, which has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, is there any last things you guys would like to say about the Outer Worlds?
I could talk about it all day, so I'm
know
going to
you could.
say
That's why I'm
no.
putting it right there.
I'm just going to say no.
No.
Like,
Yeah. It's coming to Switch
I'll
soon.
just keep going.
The Outer Worlds is coming to Switch.
You didn't
soon.
know that? Yeah, I'm buying it on Switch.
The Outer
day it
Worlds
comes out.
is coming to Switch soon.
Yeah.
Just to circle back on some of the environmental stuff you were talking about, they are gorgeous. And they're putting that on the Switch. I'm
Also, the
impressed.
skyboxes are.
I mean, it's only
don't
13
even.
gig.
They're
but-
not like.
Don't even.
They're not matte paintings. Like.
They're what? Interactive or,
Still,
dynamic?
there are they're layered. There's obviously
Yeah.
matte parts to it, but like when we're playing
The
Destiny,
first thing I did was when I looked up
Yeah,
and I was
right?
like, look at the planet over there and the ring around the planet and the purple sky. I'm
Exactly.
like, oh my God.
because when we were playing
It's like the
Destiny,
spaceships flying through the sky.
yeah, we started playing Shadowkeep and we went underground and we saw this giant triangle ship and I could like it was supposed to be in the distance, but I could see straight away
Matte
that it was a
painting.
matte painting, and like
Yeah,
when
right.
you walked sideways. The perspective didn't change.
There's
And
no
I was like,
parallax
"Ugh."
kind of thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it annoys me. But you like everywhere you go, the sky is such a huge feature, and it's beautiful, and there's
Oh.
interactive and changing
Oh.
elements in it.
Dynamic.
I also love that we need to move on, but there's a friggin' day and night cycle. I just think that's so good.
I wish there was like a rain cycle, but I wish that was in everything.
Yeah,
Like, I wish
well,
there was weather
I
cycles
do
in
thoroughly enjoy
everything.
that about games is having a day and night cycle.
Hell yeah.
And whether it changes, I'm definitely on board with
Yeah.
that.
Weather. Oh, imagine
If
weather.
there was acid
weather
rain,
is so cool.
imagine if there was acid rain.
Like mega hail as
Right?
well.
On, on Monarch, if there was acid rain for the acid pools and stuff, because I know my brother that was playing with it, one of the Space's Choice that he got is an acid.
Sword.
No, one of the like the perk versus
Oh,
thing.
right.
It's an acid
Yeah,
related
floor.
one because he kept going
Yeah.
in the that
Oh,
floor. Thank you, because he
funny
kept
as.
going in the acid by accident. There's one of the last thing I swear. One of the is it Scylla or Cilia?
Scylla, I haven't been
Scylla.
there yet.
I
yeah.
went there, and it's an asteroid, and it has like this shield that you can walk in and out of to keep the air trapped in.
Yeah.
And when you walk out, you die so quickly. But I was like, what if I stand on the edge and I just keep ducking out? Like, will I get a floor?
Edging.
Like, if I just keep edging, will I get a breathing floor? But I haven't tried it, but maybe. I mean, why not? I want to.
Try the edging hack.
Maybe
That
I'll
weather-
do a run to see how many floors I can get and just freaking jump off
That
roofs.
That weather thing reminds me of like Futurama and them going about the dust storm on Mars.
Yeah.
Just dust storm. Oh, dust storm.
Anyways,
So there's a Futurama reference. There's actually, I think, a couple.
They got you
Really?
pretty rock hard.
Dude, one of the companions when you in combat goes, to shreds, you say?
Oh man.
Shreds you say.
To shreds, you say. Anyway, great game.
so good.
So
love
therefore,
it.
that concludes the games that we've been playing this week. So we played a bunch of Call of Duty, we played a bunch of the Outer Worlds, and you better believe we're going to keep getting knee deep in that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Knee
keep an
deep.
eye out for it.
Balls
I'm
deep.
level 5, man. I'm not done with that
It's
shit.
going to be neck deep.
Whatsoever. However, we do have some news stories that we're meant to talk about this week.
Well, not that we're meant to talk about, but I think that I want to talk
have
about.
to talk about them,
I
but I
wanna
think
talk
that we
about 'em.
wouldn't be doing our duty if we didn't discuss the big things in gaming.
Sure. Absolutely.
The duty that we have to our subscribers. All 46 of them.
What do you want to
Just-
start off with first?
104, thanks.
All right, let's get the numbers out.
What do you want to start off with?
I want to talk about
First.
Ubisoft sucking all kinds of balls. Are we gonna, is that a reality? Is that something we're all comfortable to discuss?
After,
Yeah.
after that absolute shit fest that they've released, calling it a game, they better suck my balls.
Dude,
AKA
I reckon
Ghost
that
Recon
like
Breakpoint.
that new Breakpoint game was better than Resident Evil 2. That's my game of the year, man. Don't even talk shit about it.
Was that your attempt at a joke?
Of course, it
Because you
No
couldn't even
way.
follow through with it.
was. Oh, you don't want to see me follow through. But anyway,
I'm
moving
pretty
on.
impressed by the fact that like the CEO of or co-founder of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, has come out and been as frank as he has been.
Give me an
Like,
example of his frankness.
Go on.
So
I'll admit.
So we have not capitalized on the potential of our latest two AAA releases. For Ghost Recon Breakpoint, while the game's quality appeared on track based on E3, Gamescom previews, and our latest internal playtests, critical reception and sales during the game's first few weeks were very disappointing. As we have done with past titles, we will continue to support the game and listen to the community in order to deliver the necessary improvements. At this stage, we have identified three main reasons behind this underperformance. First, it's harder to generate interest for a sequel to a live multiplayer game. Second, our strategy of introducing gameplay innovations in our games has had a very positive impact on our brands. However, to win over players, these innovations need to be perfectly implemented in order to have an optimal experience. Like, essentially saying,
We fucked up.
we've put RPG mechanics into every single game, but we fucked it for this game because it does not need it. Ghost Recon doesn't need gear score.
No.
It's not the kind of game that needs
doesn't. It
like,
fucking
I just
doesn't.
found these gloves that give me this much better armor, or like, no, that's not what Ghost Recon's about.
It's about like ultra realistic military
Tactical
combat.
as shit.
Tactical, yeah.
shit.
Unlike in Outer
Loved
Worlds.
it so much in Wildlands.
Cat, we moved on.
Can't hack something, got to take my pants off. In I go.
Calm down.
Like, just it's stupid shit that wasn't necessary.
Totally.
It does nothing for the game.
No,
What was the
it does.
third reason?
The third reason is finally Ghost Recon Breakpoint did not come in with enough differentiation factors which prevented the game's intrinsic qualities from standing out. So essentially, like, yeah, we copy pasted everything from all of our other games. It's too much like The Division, but it's not enough of a game of its own.
But John Barenthal.
Yeah.
Just I need
I
you.
would love to hear what his thoughts are right now about this game because I feel like he'd be disappointed.
Sure,
I'll
he
be
took
honest,
the
like,
paycheck
dude,
and
I
he
was
probably
gonna
doesn't
say,
give a fuck.
He got paid either way, man. He doesn't care. That job is done for him.
I'd be mad. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, would you be mad with that much money in the bank?
Yeah, because I have the money and I can have whatever fucking opinions I want.
And what's
You already paid me. I
That's-
can be mad and hella rich.
Mitch, I need you to understand that's my point.
I don't know. You might be under some sort of NDA. Please don't be mad about our game if it sucks. You can't. You can't say shit.
let's go.
Okay.
Anyway, continue on.
What's pretty crazy though is they decided to postpone the releases of Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six Quarantine, and Watch Dogs Legion until 2020/2021, and it doesn't have any release dates. And he says, while each of these games already has a strong identity and high potential, we want our teams to have more development time to ensure that their respective innovations are perfectly implemented as to deliver optimal experiences for players. This will have a very significant impact on our financial results for the fiscal year and goes against our recent successes in building a more stable development model. However, it is in line with our strategy to maximize the future value of our brands for long-term benefit of our employees, players, and shareholders. Expect to have a positive impact on our financial performance as of 2020 to 2021. So financial year 2020, 2021,
Yeah.
which I don't know when that starts in the US or in Canada or France or whatever, where Ubisoft is based, but I'd say the US.
I think it's the middle of the year, same as us.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be the end of March or something.
If somehow this is unsuccessful again, like with some of these big releases coming out, if somehow they're unsuccessful as well, how does that look for Ubisoft? Does that...
Not good. Apparently their share price is taking a huge hit.
Yeah.
I can understand why.
Yeah.
too.
Literally,
But at least
I was
I
talking
think-
about buying shares for Ubisoft today if we thought they were going to come back. We're like,
I'm so like
chance?
blown away that like EA would not do this. No way.
They wouldn't admit fault.
No way. And this is the
They keep powering
CEO.
through.
Like,
If anything, I mean, it's a bit of a... It's a good move to like the actual CEO,
It's a long
the
game.
leader of it saying like, okay, look, we understand. Like, we fucked up. Fair.
and it's not like
Let's work towards fixing it,
Yeah.
as opposed to EA being like, everything's fine.
and the post of like someone being like on Reddit, like, we hear you. It's like the CEO releasing a press release.
Like, here's what's
Like,
actually happening.
Yeah. And taking a hit for this financial year, sure. But this is probably going to do wonders in the future.
It's
Like,
it should change the internal way that they go about creating these games in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd think that with like some of the other companies, and they just
Yeah,
it just
but
doesn't.
yeah.
I mean,
But I
to
mean,
the
they
point
did it-
of Yves Guillemot, I can't even say his name right. Is that correct?
Guillemot, yeah.
Guillemot, yeah, coming out and saying that. I mean, like, I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
everyone would
No.
be that on the nose or transparent about what's actually going on.
Yeah, and I think it's even more transparent because they're just like financially everything sucks. Not being just like, oh, it sucks for you, the player, and we're sorry. Like,
Yeah,
they say
we're
that a
sorry,
bit.
we're listening. Like,
Yeah, but it's
I mean,
also like
ultimately-
we fucked up for us too. So
And it's
we're
a message
definitely
to
going to
the
be working on
shareholders
it. Yeah.
as well, considering
Yeah.
like they are, a
and
massive
this
corporation.
this sounds like a shareholder letter or whatever,
sounds like
but it's
that.
actually not. It's a press release to the press,
public,
so,
to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, it's, it's a AAA publisher. They probably won't learn their lesson, but hopefully.
I
mean, go
no,
on.
sorry. I mean, my reaction when I didn't realize, I completely forgot that quarantine was going to be part of that. And
Yeah, right.
I'm a little upset, which most of the time I am when I hear a game's been pushed back, but then I get hit with that realization quickly that I'm like, well, this is for the better. I would
Absolutely.
rather
I'm never upset that a game's pushed back.
Well,
It's like
because
fair.
I had my excitement, right? Like, it's getting closer. I'm gonna get it, play it soon, and then I realized, well, it's for the better, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Doom, Last of Us.
Yeah.
Now these games all
Half-Life
delayed.
3, yeah,
Yep.
all of it.
Keep dreaming. I think even Ghost of Tsushima may have been pushed back due to the fact that Last of Us was pushed back. But
Well,
don't quote me on
they
that.
never gave us a release
Yeah,
date.
I know, but I think Neil Druckmann said something in his blog or PlayStation blog. I could have
We won't
misheard
go
that
there.
when I
We
was
won't go there.
But yeah, so Ubisoft
Fair enough, and you know
stop
what?
making the same game 5 times a year.
Yeah, good point.
They made one for
Also,
10 years.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, it
Still
wasn't
keen for
mentioned that. It
It
wasn't
wasn't.
mentioned in that.
Yeah,
at all.
because that's a million
Because
years
it's
away.
about
Yeah, and it's probably like
Xbox 3.
because it's such a. I feel like it's so isolated from the rest of their IPs as well. Like
Yeah.
Watch Dogs and Rainbow and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff is something that they've been redoing and redoing and redoing. So
Absolutely.
they obviously need that.
But Gods and Monsters, new IP.
Yeah, Gods and Monsters is the
And
one that weirds me out that it's included.
Single
because
player.
it's so
it looked-
different.
But is it going to be just a live game? I hope not.
God,
please.
I hope
Maybe because they're pushing it, dude.
You all know how I feel about the Watch
Why
Dogs
is it being
thing as
lumped
well.
in?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It seems like it would it's different enough that these issues shouldn't affect.
Maybe
it.
they're like, it's coming out because I think that's meant
Unless
to
they're
come out in
borrowing
March.
team.
Unless they're like, well, we'll put it in the next financial year, so then we'll make even more money for
Oh,
that financial
maybe
year.
that's a good idea.
And it
point.
might give the developers time to really put the polish on it.
Yeah, maybe they already needed some more time, and they're like, "Perfect, we'll push it back with the rest of
Yeah,
them."
for sure.
Well, ultimately, this is probably going to result in a positive. Is my
I hope
opinion
so, yeah.
On that. Well, I mean,
We
I
can
don't
always
care how
hope.
much money Ubisoft makes. Though.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose sleep over that.
But if the
Ultimately,
games are better
if
then
Watch
we
Dogs
win.
Legion comes out and like doesn't suck
and it
all
has
kinds of ass,
NPCs driving cars,
exactly, I might consider purchasing it. I
Yeah.
might consider it, but at the same time, like if it was released, tomorrow, I'd be like,
I'm still not keen on the every character has their own diverse
I said
interactable
consider
background.
it. Like I didn't say I was going to buy it.
It's a bit much. How many
Anyway.
people are in this city? 12?
Gods and Monsters is definitely
All
the,
voice
the
acted by
highlight
the
of
one
that
old
trio.
lady.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. I reckon it's a huge news in a way, but also, we'll find out what happens with that shit
Yeah.
next year, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Fingers crossed it's good.
But let's talk about something that's definitely out of left field. Something that's like super unexpected, especially for the way that they're handling it in Australia. Let's talk about Xbox All Access.
Nuts.
Yeah.
So
What the hell?
This
what the fuck is that?
Something I did not expect at all.
It's something
Which I learned
that
about like 10
double
minutes.
heck.
Yeah,
they actually did it in the US a few months ago as
Oh,
like a trial.
what?
Yeah, as like a little beta test
yeah.
to see how it would go. Essentially, Jim, unless you want to take this.
No, feel
Yeah,
free,
cool.
absolutely.
No, I'm the little Xbox.
Yeah, you're
Bitch.
the Xbox boy.
So essentially, what it is like a payment contract, like a phone plan or something.
a 24-month investment.
Yeah, for a console.
Wait, can I ask a question? I don't know.
Please
Is
do.
it loan or
It's rent to
Well, I
own
think
in a
it's
way.
own.
Rent to
I don't think it's a lease contract. I think you own it at the end of it.
Cool.
At least it was when it was in the US earlier. But that's a great question.
I reckon it's rent to own. The majority of phone contracts in Australia, especially through the person or the company who we're about to talk about, are
Yeah.
generally rent to own unless you select the leasing option.
no
Yeah.
way? Actually, like all of their websites,
They try and put you on a leasing contract
lease
first.
Yeah, but still, the majority of the contracts that people will go with are still the
Absolutely.
rent-
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
if you like.
If you want to
if
keep
you-
arguing
yeah,
the point,
if you know what you're doing, otherwise, like they'll front up with a lease first to try and get you in on that.
well,
one.
they
So
will
that's
try
annoying.
that. Of
Yeah,
course,
because they'll be
Yeah.
cheaper, and people will just be like, click, click, click.
Yeah,
oh
let me
crap!
Let's
I'm
just
in a
break
leasing
this down
contract.
so people know what we're talking
Absolutely.
about. In Australia, this is going through Telstra.
Yeah.
So it's like a phone contract,
That's
but
so
for a console,
weird.
which I guess I can understand. And I wonder if it will go through other phone carriers. Probably
future?
not. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if this is
I
some
don't
form
know
of
if I want that to be
exclusivity.
a thing.
But Elliot, tell us what you get, or Dylan, anyone, tell us what you get with Xbox All Access.
If you want to handle Xbox One S, I'll go for
Sure.
the X.
Yeah, so you can get an Xbox One S for $27 a month for 24 months. Minimum cost is $648. Now, that probably sounds insane, right? $650 for a One S? Yeah, it would be. However, it does actually come with 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
And so that means you've got Gold and you've got Game Pass. And if you've got a PC, you can use Game Pass on that too. And it comes with Forza Horizon 4. But, I mean, that's included in Game Pass, but Speed Champions isn't. So really, you're getting something that's worth about $30 extra. But what it is pretty much what you would pay.
It's cheaper.
Yes.
It's still cheaper.
Yeah, I guess if you're not thinking about sales and stuff, because
I guess if you also include the cost of each of the games that come with it, it's still cheaper to actually get onto this Xbox plan
yeah,
than it is to purchase the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and the console and the games
Yeah.
separately.
yeah, which is pretty wild.
It is wild, but
nuts.
also these are not new consoles.
No, and they're about to become
I wouldn't say
not
obsolete,
obsolete,
but
superseded.
previous generation. Yeah, they're going to become last
Vintage.
Now, I don't know if this is the same in Australia, but I heard a video. So after, in the US, after 12 months, you can upgrade your One X. You hand it back and you can get a Scarlet when it comes out. But after 18 months, you can hand back the One S and get a Scarlet when it comes out. So
Okay, yeah.
you can upgrade and then obviously recontract. But what is the One X deal, Dylan?
The One X deal is, again, 24 months. However, it's $38 per month. It also includes 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So you get your Xbox Live, you get your Game Pass, all rolled into one beautiful little package. But you get the 1 terabyte Xbox One X console. You get Forza 4, as you also get with the One S. You also get Lego Speed Champions, which God knows. We
It's
all
great,
want that. Yeah.
But it's,
But yeah, so really, all in all, you're just paying the difference between the consoles themselves. So, I mean, for $11 difference, is that worth it for the One X? Ultimately, though, one
Elliot,
thing
let
that's
us know.
Yeah,
also-
totally. It's such a better console.
and I agree with that. Like, if I was going to get one, which I'm probably not going to get on a bloody 24-month contract to buy an Xbox, but I can see why people would. I absolutely see the value in this, especially considering it's cheaper. But
And what a move!
it's also worth pointing out that the Xbox consoles, according to our
Are going down
very
in price.
loose research that we did before we went ahead and recorded tonight, apparently they've dropped their price.
Yeah.
So, Elliot, you mentioned that the Xbox One X was $650 recently.
Well, that's like,
The general cost.
what's the word? Like recommended retail.
Yeah, the RRP, right?
The
So
RRP.
when it comes to this, though, I mean, I'm looking at the JB Hi-Fi website as we speak, and it says $459
and
for a
$499
1
for
terabyte
like
Xbox
the
One X.
special edition Gears one.
Yeah, and it's $4.99 on eBay as a bundle, so you get 3 games with it as well.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So when
That's
you
super
talk-
new
affordable.
games.
So when you talk about that, it is definitely cheaper to buy it upfront. But at recommended retail price,
I mean, over 2 years for Game Pass Ultimate, that's $384.
Do you reckon this could
Yeah.
be? Do you reckon this could be in the like the coming release of
Sweet,
news of PlayStation 4 being like the second? Oh, I gotta hang on before I go ahead and quote this. I need to find it first. So continue on. Sorry, ignore me.
All right.
Sure.
Anyways, it also, if you take into account that currently, like, whether you want to get an Xbox versus using the Game Pass beta for PC, like right now, I would definitely not do that bundle.
buy a console.
Yeah, because it's the end of the generation, and I'm currently getting all the Game Pass that I need for $1.
And you also won that little thing.
And I also
Yeah.
won some free months of Game Pass.
How many
Ultimate
months
anyway.
did you-
12 months, wasn't it?
No, it's only till mid-January, so 3 months.
See,
You made it sound way better when you
I,
first
I,
told us that.
Still.
I literally said what date that it finished, so
I'm going to fact check that.
yeah.
maybe I didn't.
Sorry.
So yeah, so
I don't think
PS4 is now the second best selling console ever. They in the second quarter, which is like 3 months, it like ended in September 30th. They revealed that PlayStation 4 shipped 2.8 million units worldwide in that time frame.
I actually thought,
ship
to be
so
honest,
much.
the Switch
so
would sell
much.
more than that.
And it will
Switch is
probably
very-
eventually.
No, I mean in the
In the quarter.
quarter.
Yeah.
I just thought. But
Give
yeah,
it
that's
time.
insane.
Holiday for
That's insane
Switch.
that many
Total.
PlayStations
And
are still
PlayStations
selling.
are a lot more expensive than Xboxes.
Do you know what the
No,
total
I was
is?
just about to say that. Thank
Are
you.
they?
But dude, $519 JB Hi-Fi, 1 terabyte PS4 Pro, and then there's the $459 Xbox One
Holy
X.
crap! I didn't.
Xbox are literally killing it right now.
What is going on there? Like,
It is the reverse of last
how are
generation.
Xboxes so cheap now? Like, if you
It's just subsidized.
if
from
you
them.
want a
Yeah, no.
console,
They want the service.
spend that $499 or $459. Get a friggin' One X. That shit is unreal.
The only reason why you'd want to go and buy a PS4 Pro right now is for The Last of Us 2 and for Death Stranding. That is the only reason
Yeah.
you'd want to spend that money.
yeah.
But
And
like, I think
there'll be a holiday sale. They'll,
Yeah.
they'll cut it down.
Sure,
and
yeah.
Xbox One, like, they know that Scarlet's coming out and it's hugely anticipated. So why not drop the prices now
For sure,
so that
yeah.
they can actually get them out across this Christmas period?
Yeah.
And sell them so that they can recoup that money. I
Yeah.
mean, PlayStation doesn't have that issue clearly because they're selling tons anyway. So what do they care if they need to drop the price?
102.8 million units total.
That's
Like,
wild.
like
Yeah.
they don't need to drop the price, whereas Xbox, given
They're winning.
their previous of
Foibles.
this generation,
Next, Scarlett's going to win. Next
they might be
generation,
just
it
trying to
seems.
make
Like,
a little bit more cash back right at the end. So drop the prices, but like what is it, $100 difference? No,
Well, it's
not
like
even.
more than that,
200 almost.
Yeah,
Is it?
more than that.
What was the
yeah.
price?
$459. It's
Oh wait,
$650.
no, it's not. It was five.
It was
what
$5.19 or
$5.19. No,
something,
you're
yeah.
right.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the
So-
difference between
Yeah.
its old price and its new price.
No, but I'm just,
Right, yeah.
even that though, like drop it by that much to sell the stock that you have, like is a much better idea. Because if anyone goes to
Move the
goes to
units.
JB Hi-Fi and is like, I've got to buy a console for my kid, I'm going to buy the one that's
Way
$100
cheaper.
The world's
cheaper.
most powerful console,
But it's
cheaper than the PS4 Pro.
PlayStation.
Exactly. So
must be shit.
they're just going to move that out before
Yeah.
they get into Scarlet, which
totally
is probably
right.
going to be a much higher price as well. Like,
I
let's
couldn't
be
agree
honest,
more.
for how powerful
I think the
they are.
Scarlet's probably going to be $650, $700.
And you
I
know
think it's
what?
probably
It's
$750.
probably going to be worth that amount
But
of
Yeah.
money.
in the US, like, people are thinking like $549 will be the max because they know it won't. Like, consoles don't sell as much when they're like, this console's $600 when they launch. It's like, that's too expensive. for a
PS3
console.
meme, $599.
Yeah. But like, I think going back to all access, it's like, this is just, and it's not clearly
This is
just
bait.
Phil Spencer, but it's Xbox in general being like, you can play how you want to play.
Yeah.
If you want to play on PC, if you want to play on a console, if you want to pay outright, if you want to, pay it off over 2 years. And it's only the US, the UK, and us getting this.
And it's such a good idea. Like,
Which is like, please, does that mean we're going to be like soon to get xCloud? But
No.
our internet is poo.
absolutely not. But like, it's just such a good idea and such a double down on the services. But it
Yeah.
absolutely pulls straight back into Scarlet as well.
Yeah.
Especially with that 12 versus 18 months that you were talking about.
Especially with
to
Game
get
Pass too.
Straight into
Yeah. Like-
recontracting with Scarlet.
Yeah.
There's
Which
going to be
will
a
probably be
lot of
much higher
Xboxes
price.
under the Christmas tree this year, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Which
Yeah.
is great.
And a lot
And
of
people-
Switch Minis, that's for sure too.
Yeah.
Dude,
And-
they're so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I think it's great. Good on them. And it means like we can just people who get it when their contract ends, if they've still got the same console, or when their Scarlet contract ends, they're gonna want Game Pass still.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have Game Pass for 2 years and be like, cool, I'm done with that.
And
Because
Game Pass
2
would
years
run-
later.
Unless you play
wouldn't it?
them all in 2 years.
Yeah, and then by that
is
time, there's
impossible.
1,000 more games.
Yeah. How many Blair Witches can you play in a year? I mean, no. But, like, is it going to run on? It's like the one service that runs on from Xbox One to Scarlet. Because that's just
Absolutely.
obviously the smart thing to do,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been confirmed, but there's no way they're
don't
going to be
think-
like
Yeah.
Scarlet.
because at this point in
Game
time,
Pass.
right, it's for PC and for Xbox.
Yeah.
If Scarlet comes out, like, it'd be ridiculous not to do that.
And it's going to be
But at
back.
the same
All
time,
that's going to be backwards compatible.
What's going to blow
Xbox
my
One?
freaking little mind though is like, are they going to do day one releases for Scarlet though? Because like with the Outer Worlds being a day one release, like are they going to do actual
They've
next gen
said
console
They've
games?
said every first party title is coming to Game Pass
That
day
is
one.
the biggest dick maneuver.
Biggie,
that is
biggie.
literally like, I will literally burn my PlayStation. If Death Stranding sucks, like I'm done.
They must have people doing the numbers, going, okay, they're obviously paying good money to get these games on their platform.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And they may not be recouping that now,
But they
you
will.
get 50 million people, and that's probably a way ridiculous
Blow
amount,
out,
but
but that's fine.
50 million people paying for Game Pass every month across PC and Xbox. Eventually, you're going to be way
Raking
in
it
the
in.
green,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
And I was listening to an interview of the After Party developers. And oh my God, that game came out yesterday and I want it. I need to download. Well, I've already downloaded it on Game Pass, but I haven't played it.
Oh, is it on PC Game Pass?
I think so. But they
check it out.
said the reason why
I
they
don't think it is, but
they brought Oxenfree to Game Pass and it did
Yeah.
so well for them.
Gangbusters.
And they're bringing After Party to Game Pass day one because even though people may not buy it if they've got it on Game Pass, even though some people will, it increases their sales on other platforms because people are like, oh, I played that on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I also own a Switch. Now I can play that on the go. And people will go and buy it on a different console.
yeah, and
Or
because
they'll
people are
tell
talking about it more. Yeah,
more people talk about it. And they said that has done wonders for them. And they're an
Wow.
indie studio with like 13 people.
I don't get anyone who doesn't think Game Pass is like Game Pass seems to tick boxes for literally everyone.
Yeah, there is
Like,
no downside except for the fact that you have to pay a subscription. But
but that's fine. And I feel
I'm
like
okay with it.
I've made
the person that's taking the
Right.
hit, the person that's got the downside right now is
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
and that's fine.
and they would have to be like
it's strategic play.
they would
Yeah.
know that
They have to put their own games on there though, because otherwise no one else is going to jump on
They
there.
knew
Yeah.
how far
creating the
behind
interest
they
and
were.
Yeah.
like, it's amazing.
And,
Oh.
yeah.
and
As
I
if we could not talk about Game Pass forever.
like the underdog, the comeback strategy has been fucking textbook. It has been legitimately one of those stories that people are going to teach in business class. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely, man.
Like it has
absolutely.
been the best possible outcome for them, and the way that they've handled it.
if you want to talk about
has been
services,
amazing.
let's talk about Xbox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, look at how they
Yeah.
came from being a joke of like Xbox, go home, to
Yeah.
being like literally on the forefront of digital entertainment. I mean, like, I'm not an Xbox guy, but I'm all about it at this stage.
Yeah, and now you don't even need to be an Xbox guy. You can be a PC player,
Yeah. Me?
and you can get all of this, right? Like,
Yeah. You're an Xbox guy, aren't you, Kat?
I'm an Xbox guy. I've never owned one in my life.
I mean, the great thing is they've unified it all, so it's like
yeah, it's perfect.
Xbox Game Studios, not Microsoft Studios anymore.
Xbox.
It's
I
you're
wish I could
playing
get
on the
my achievements
Xbox
on my PC though.
platform, like
Yeah.
on the on Windows, right?
Yeah.
I actually got a notification on my Facebook today of like your memories. 5 years since I got my Xbox One, original one, with
memories.
Sunset Overdrive and
Oh.
yeah. So I was like, damn,
You were just a little baby back then.
what a bloody ride!
Oh, mate.
What a bloody ride.
What a bloody
Thanks, Phil.
thanks, Phil, you big dog.
No, man. So I think we can all agree that like Xbox has been killing it lately. Am I wrong?
No,
You're not wrong.
You're not
As
wrong,
if you could
and
be wrong
it's.
about that.
I can.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it in
Yeah.
a year or just a bit more than a year's time to see
When
where
Scarlet
it's at.
drops, yeah.
Holy shit!
I can't
I think
wait
we-
to see it out of beta so I can get my achievements when I
Yeah.
play.
Your computer's
Yeah, that
just all
sucks.
kinds of broken.
That's
But
crazy.
ultimately, I think we can all agree we're gonna go down to the Telstra store and we're gonna be like, give me the the
Absolutely
1X. Just charge me. I want to pay more than $38 a month. Let's go $50 a month. What else can you throw in? Give me a phone line. Give me a home phone. Give me all that. And then I'll just
Upgrade my
be
internet? Yeah,
indebted to
sure, why
Telstra
not?
for the rest of my life.
One thing I think would be cool to really bring people in is like if they were like, if you get this on your home internet bundle, or like
Yeah.
we give you
I see
free
you've done
data
this.
for everything
Done.
from the Xbox, like
Done.
Or
like,
they like bump your
unlimited.
download speeds.
You're
Oh,
done.
shit.
You get that big ass gamer package where you pay like $100 a month or something, and they give you an Xbox. That's like
Fuck yeah.
that's gonna be hard to resist for some of these people.
Yeah, give me that hot
Phil.
download and upload.
Phil Spencer,
or they have
baby.
a streamer
We got
package
those
coming
ideas.
in where the upload is higher than everybody
Come on.
else's.
Oh.
You get priority upload.
Yeah, and on the website,
Costs
they're saying-
$700.
specifically for Mixer.
Yeah, here we
tying
go.
it into the telco situation has it's gross and it's great at the same
But
time.
they do unmetered Spotify on like
It's
Optus,
true,
and
yeah.
like they used to, and they do unmetered like
It's an
this and
extension
that. Like,
of that. But this is another
Yeah.
piece of
Oh,
hardware
man.
that you're getting as well. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm not Siri, if you fucking interrupt my podcast. Okay, cool. Now that that's out of the way, I think that we have come to the end of episode 22 of Spawn Respawn. Don't sign up to a contract if you don't have your parents' permission.
And also, don't do it if you can't afford it.
Please
Yeah.
don't do
And-
it if you can't
Don't go
afford it.
into wicked debt for an Xbox.
And also-
It's not
go
worth
buy
it.
it outright.
Yeah, go and
Hot
rob
tip
someone for
though,
it.
just wait for Black Friday, and you probably get them. You probably get 12
Or-
months of Game Pass
Just wait
included in your
literally a couple of weeks.
$450
Or
And
you
it's gonna
could
be
jump onto
Christmas
like
time.
Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace. Just buy a stolen one. It's fine. It's fine.
Just make sure it's been erased first. It's all
Exactly.
good.
Oh, they can't track them. They've got no system like
No,
that.
so just in case it's got someone's
Shady shit,
stuff
bro.
logged in, and you
Their
can't
peen
use
is
it.
the background.
Well, yeah, that.
As the like profile picture
I
is a
certainly
big
know that
peen.
mine is that way, so that's
Yeah.
fair enough. I don't even own an Xbox, but that's the case. All right, well, thank you everyone so much for listening to this wild roller coaster of an episode of Spawn Respawn. We are back at it. We're back into the rhythm of creating these weekly podcasts after the absolutely mind-bending, earth-shattering experience that was PAX 2019.
And the-
if you haven't already,
Subsequent
plague.
plague.
in the subsequent plague, indeed.
I'm still coughing and sniffing, man.
Well, let's get you to a doctor.
Can you not kill me too, please?
No,
I
let's
don't
not
want
do
to.
that.
I don't
So,
want to.
if you haven't already, check out the amazing work we've done on our Spawn Respawn YouTube page, and you can see the interviews we've done with many developers, many Aussie homegrown developers. But you can also follow us on @SpawnRespawnPC on Twitter. You can check out our YouTube channel, in which we are called Spawn Respawn Podcast.
Yeah.
We haven't done that yet.
No,
No,
our
we haven't
channel
done a-
name
our
is
channel is
Spawn
Spawn
Respawn
Respawn,
Podcast.
Yeah.
We'll have a URL TBD. You know, it's coming out.
Spawn Respawn.
Is it really?
Spawn
channel
slash
is
Spawn
not-
Respawn, isn't it?
What?
On YouTube.
It's just Spawn/Respawn.
Yeah, that's what I just
Yeah,
said.
there's
Are we
no
unaware of who
podcast
we
in our
are?
YouTube now.
I was just okay. All right. Now that we've had that confirmed,
Jesus,
thank you,
guys.
I don't know who I am.
What's our Facebook? I think it's just Spawn Respawn.
You'll find all the links
down below.
Yeah, in the description.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. We've just realised how unprepared that we really are.
It's been so long.
My name is Dylan Smith, and you can find me on Twitter at CitizenSmith14. You may also find me on YouTube as Citizen Smith as well.
Sick. And I'm Kat, and you can find me as at CapCatty on Twitter.
And I'm Mitchell Barnsley. You can find me in the enemy lines with my dad Price, and also find me in the link in my link in the description.
Fucking hell. I'm Elliot. You can find me at Direct Gaming on Twitter and youtube.com/Direct Gaming as well.
Yeah.
Thank you again for tuning in to yet another episode of Spawn Respawn. This has been episode 22, and the Big Dick Energy will continue next week when we get together and talk about all the crazy stuff that's been going on then. But for today and for tonight, this has been Spawn Respawn, and we are signing off. So, peace.
Deuces.